Hi guys, welcome again to our fourth Austrian Poetry Club Talk. We're gonna wait a few minutes as we used to, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, so the the audience can join us. I want to have, I think everybody of us wants to have as much viewers as possible. So we're gonna wait 2 or 3 minutes, and then we are starting. Hopefully, I hope you're as looking forward as I am. Maybe one more minute. Okay. Well, I think as the presentation starts, we can start as well. Okay, guys, as I said, welcome again to our fourth Austrian Club Talk. And as you are used to, as we are used to today, it's again a very international community, very international clubs. We have clubs from Vienna. So Jasna Puškarić is going to present the Viennese club. We have Denmark. We have Simon from Denmark who is representing Aalborg. And we planned that we're going to have somebody from Canada, but unfortunately there was a miscommunication, but I really hope that Canada is going to join in a few minutes. So we're going to start, doesn't matter, and we're going to hope that Canada will join us. Yeah, I'm Nordin. You probably know me. It's the fourth time I'm doing this over here. I'm from Austria. I'm the Austrian Power Chair head referee, and I'm going to be your host for tonight. As I said, we have guests from Austria, we have guests from Denmark, and we hope that we have guests from Canada. Today, the procedure will be that each team has 15 to 20 minutes to present their clubs, to present themselves a little bit, to give us a little overview about how things are going over there in their country. After that, we may be gonna have a chat, ask some questions. It really depends if we're gonna have the time. Okay, yeah, so very great. So Natalia from Canada is also joining right now. So we're gonna have the three clubs as we planned. I'm very happy about that. Please, guys, please feel free to comment on our Facebook link. I want you to ask questions and I would be pleased if I can answer them. And I think we're gonna start with our first presentator for today, Jasna from Vienna. Okay, there is Natalia. Hi, Natalia, welcome. We don't hear you. I think you are muted.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Natalia.
I'm Natalia. We met already. I just didn't meet Jasna.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Jasna is Bosnia.
Okay.
I told her already we are very international right now. We're also already live, Natalia, just for you to know.
Okay.
And we're gonna start presenting. Jasna is gonna be our first presentator, then afterwards Simon, and you're the third one.
That's a good plan. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, Jasna, the stage is yours. Enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me and for the opportunity. I want to say a big hello to Canada and also to Simon. Yeah, I will be talking about the ASKE Wien Integration and Behindertensport, which is our club. It is the ASKE Integration and Disability Sports Club. Next slide, please. Thank you. The ASKE is the working group for sports and physical culture in Austria. The ASKE Wien was founded by Margit Stracker, which you can see on the picture. It was founded in the year 2004. And at the ASKE, there are different types of sports for people with disabilities. For example, sailing, surfing, cycling, and of course, soccer. Margit, she is also the president of the Vienna Sports Association for people with disabilities. And she is also vice president of the Austrian Sports Association for people with disabilities. Next slide, please.
I'm just going to translate it. I'm sorry, Jasna, in a few words. Auf Deutsch für die lieben Kolleginnen und Kollegen, die es noch nicht kennen. Ich schätze, es ist die Mehrheit. Vorgestellt wird uns von der Jasna der Wiener Sportclub ASKÖ Wien. Auf der Folie habt ihr sehen können, die Frau Margit Stracker. Sie ist die Gründerin und auch ist das richtig, Jasna, Wiener Behindertensportverband, Präsidentin vom Wiener Behindertensportverband und Vizepräsidentin vom österreichischen Behindertensportverband. Und ja, hier gibt es die Sportarten, die man machen kann, sprich Segeln, Surfen, Fußball und Fahrradfahren. Wieder an dich, Jasna, danke.
Danke. On this slide, there are two people that are very important when talking about power chair football. Doris Fritz, she's initiator and trainer, and she's also a trainer at school for people with disabilities. So she's not also a trainer for power chair soccer, but also for boccia and wheelchair slalom. And on the second picture, you can see Matthias Costa. He's also initiator and sports manager, and he is responsible for the development of sports at the Österreichische Behindertensportverband, which is also an umbrella organization association. The two of them went to Paris in 2012, and at the conference, they got to know the sport power chair soccer, and they were so excited about it that they decided to buy some balls and some foot guards and just try it in Vienna. So the very first training started in Vienna. Next slide, please.
Very nice. I'm gonna sum that up. Für die, die sie nicht kennen, ganz wichtige Personen in unserem super tollen Sport, und zwar die Doris Fritz und der Matthias Costa. Mit den beiden hat das alles begonnen. Ich glaube, es war 2012, 2013, sowas um die Zeit. Sie sind die Initiatoren und quasi die Gründer des österreichischen Elektrorollstuhlfußballs. Alles hat so angefangen, dass sie damals nach Paris gegangen sind, an einer Konferenz teilgenommen haben und so begeistert von diesem Sport waren, dass sie eben gleich Gitter und Bälle bestellt oder mitgenommen haben, um diesen Sport in Österreich auch gleich der breiten Masse vorzustellen. Und ja, jetzt ein paar Jahre später sind wir sehr, sehr, sehr froh drüber. An dieser Stelle ein großes Dankeschön an Doris und an den Matthias von meiner Seite. Bitteschön, Jasna.
So as I told you, the first training took part on June 25th, 2012 at the Hans-Radl-Schule, which is a school for people with disabilities. And on the right side of the slide, you can see a poster that they made. You can also see who took part in the first training. It was, of course, Doris and Matthias, but also some pupils like Mehmet, Amrit, and Susi. So this will always remind us of the very beginning of power chair football in Austria. In May 2013, there was the first workshop in cooperation with the FIPFA. And since autumn 2013, there are regular trainings for adult players. So it started in a school, but also adult players had the opportunity to try this new sport.
Dankeschön, Jasna. Hier eine kleine Geschichte, eben wie das alles begonnen hat. 2012 und zwar im Juni mit einem ersten Training in der Hans-Radl-Schule. Da war ich, glaube ich, bin mir nicht sicher, ob ich damals dabei war, aber auf jeden Fall war ich in der Hans-Radl-Schule. Da ist das Training losgegangen. Ein Jahr später auch schon der erste offizielle Workshop und mit einer Kooperation mit der FIPFA, da war ich dabei. Super spannend zu sehen, wie sich das entwickelt hat. Das heißt, von den ganz kleinen Anfängen, wo man wirklich mit den Plastikgittern gespielt hat und jetzt seit 2013 für Spieler und Spielerinnen jeglicher Altersklasse offen ist und einfach nur super. Bitte schön, Jasna, wieder an dich.
Next slide, please. Currently, there are about 25 players, and we have 4 different locations for the trainings. 2 of them are for teenagers and adult players, and then there are 2 others for kids and teenagers. So usually those trainings are at the schools, for example, the Hans-Radl-Schule. And usually we have the opportunity to train once a week. Some of our players are also part of the national team. And of course, when there is a special tournament or a championship or a World Cup, the national team and the selected players have maybe 2 times a week the opportunity to have a training.
Danke, Jasna. Also wie ihr sehen könnt, 25 Spieler haben wir glücklicherweise im Moment. Wir hoffen natürlich auf mehr. Trainiert wird auf 4 verschiedenen Locations. Gesplittert ist es auch in Wien zwischen Teenagern und quasi Jugendlichen und Erwachsenen-Spielern, beziehungsweise die weniger erfahrenen und die erfahreneren Spieler. Ich glaube, einmal pro Woche ist das Training angesetzt und je nachdem, wenn irgendein großer Wettkampf bevorsteht, wird das auf 2-mal ausgeweitet und ja, ich glaube, das war's.
Danke. Next slide, please. We are very happy that we have success in this sport in Austria. For example, we are glad that we had the opportunity to participate in international tournaments. For example, in Germany in May 2017, and also in Geneva, Switzerland in September 2017. At the ASCO, we have multiple Austrian champions and the 3 times winners of Otto Bock Cup. As you maybe know, Otto Bock was our sponsor, and the specialty was that they developed a special wheelchair for people with disabilities who want to play power chair soccer. So some of us still have the Otto Bock wheelchair.
Sehr gut, Jasna. Zu den Erfolgen von dem Wiener Club eben die Teilnahme an mehreren internationalen Turnieren, und zwar in Deutschland im Mai 2017 und die Schweiz im September 2017. Das war ein ganz großes Jahr, 2017, hat man viel Erfahrung sammeln können. Der Verein ist mehrfacher österreichischer Champion und 3-mal der Gewinner des Otto Bock Cups. Randnotiz: Otto Bock Cup war bzw. ist, bin da jetzt nicht ganz aktuell unterwegs, der Sponsor und hat gleichzeitig auch Rollstühle produziert. Einige werden davon noch gefahren von den Spielerinnen und Spielern. Ja, das wisst ihr am besten, glaube ich. Jasna, there's a question from my side to you, if I may ask. There have been a few successes from your side. Which one did you enjoy the most, personally?
To be honest, one of the most rememberable successes was when we had the first official tournament in Austria. We had Martin Bevan in Austria, who was the referee. And I had the opportunity to make the first official goal in Austria. So this was my very, very personal best moment. But of course, there were so many more. Having all the people around me, developing the sport, being together, having hard but also fun situations. This is really, really nice. And this is what makes us happy about being part of Power Chair Soccer Austria.
Very nice, very nice. I mean, I really remember this tournament. It was my first tournament. I think the first tournament for all of you, and just the atmosphere, because we weren't used to it, you know, and just the final game was just such an atmosphere. And I really can understand why you remember this tournament the most. Thank you. Auf Deutsch muss ich, ja, ganz kurz, Entschuldigung. Ich habe die Jasna gefragt, welche dieser Erfolge, beziehungsweise was ihr am besten in Erinnerung geblieben ist. Und sie meinte, dass eben beim ersten Cup in Wien, wo Martin Beaven da war und Stephen Crump, dass sie das erste Tor geschossen hat auf diesem ersten Turnier, ersten großen Turnier. Und selbstverständlich ist das nachvollziehbar, dass das einem in Erinnerung bleibt. Super, danke dir, Jasna.
When talking about power football in the year of 2020, of course, you have to talk about the COVID-19 crisis, because there was a lot of times that we had not the opportunity to have trainings, to meet each other, and to develop the sport. So we found other opportunities to stay in touch. For example, Zoom meetings. We had Zoom meetings where especially the young players had the opportunity to talk about the rules and to ask questions. And also we had some Zoom meetings to discuss different strategies. And our trainers, they sometimes gave us homework. I remember one, they wanted us to make analysis about other players that have our position in other teams, and some sort of compare ourselves with them. What do they make very good? What kind of moves do they make? And so we could learn from the others.
Very interesting.
Also,
I'm sorry, Jasna, to interrupt you, but you're very glad to have Leo as a coach who is very experienced and has a lot of new ways to deal with this to deal with the sport in this pandemic. So very nice.
True, yeah.
Can I just comment?
Sure, Natalia.
I'm really impressed on how dedicated and very precise you are. The North America style is much more relaxed, I have to say, regarding rules and practices. As you know, this is a different kind of culture, but I just want to say I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
I mean, we really love rules over here in Austria and Germany, so that's why probably.
Yeah. But we also had the opportunity to have individual trainings. So one trainer and one player. And when COVID allowed it, we started to have trainings in small groups for those players who decided that they wanted to try and who felt safe. And then, of course, we started with the club talks like this one that we are having right now.
Okay, ganz kurz auf Deutsch. Natürlich in Pandemiezeiten, wie sich das Training unter Anführungsstrichen gestaltet hat. Wie für viele hat das eben online stattgefunden über Zoom-Meetings. Da hat man über Regeln und Strategien geredet, Spieler analysierend, ganz interessant. Da hat der Trainer, da hat Leo eine super Idee gehabt, wo man andere Spielerinnen und Spieler, die auf derselben Position für eine andere Mannschaft spielen, hat man die eben als Hausübung analysieren müssen. Fand ich eine super tolle Idee. Natürlich gab es dann individuelle Trainings und Trainings in kleinen Gruppen und CLUBTALks, die wir jetzt gerade auch durchführen.
Next slide, please. We're coming to the end of our presentation, and I would like to thank you right now for your attention. And of course, we're here for any questions. But right now, you will have, for the end, a little insight into the development of power chair football in Austria, in Vienna especially. And I hope you enjoy it. Have fun.
Thank you, Jasna. At this point, I enjoyed it very much. We're gonna have those short video now. We're gonna watch, and yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for being part in this. And yeah, I think the video is gonna be played right now. Yes, enjoy it, guys. I'm gonna comment on it a little bit. I think it should be the Donauwalzer in the background playing. So very traditional, very Viennese. You can enjoy it as well. Just a few seconds. think we have it. We have some technical difficulties. Wow. Yeah, but it's gonna be a short video with a few pictures. I've seen it already, and I would be very glad if the whole community can see it, because it shows the way of becoming the club we are now, or you are now. Chronologically, we can see the first training session you had in the Hans Radl Schule, then some workshops, I think, where the French were here, and it would be very nice if we can play it right now, because I don't have the video. I don't have the video clip. I cannot play it. I'm not sure if this works, but yeah, we can. If it doesn't work, we can pass on Denmark, and we can fit in the video club right after that. Thanks again, Jasna. We're gonna switch over to Denmark. Thank you. Well, welcome, Simon. We've known each other. I think we've met each other at the tournaments in Denmark, I guess so. I'm very glad that you're here. I'm very glad that you represent your Powerchair Football Club from Aalborg in Denmark. Yeah, the presentation should be also online in a few seconds. I hope so.
Thank you.
I mean, it's is it there? It's our last club talk, and I'm really not happy that this doesn't work at the last one. It was so wonderful before, and the last one really. But give me a second. I can do the presentation as well.
Yeah, all this coming on. Just take the first one.
Perfect. The stage is yours, Simon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. It's fine. Hello, welcome. I'm Simon. I'm a player for EH Aalborg. We are a very big club where we had a lot of different sports. And can we go to the next slide, please? Thank you. EH Aalborg has existed since 1972, where people want a place where disabled people can play some sort of sport. So we had a very big variant of sports people can go to. We have powerchair, floorball, boccia, basketball, baseball, and of course powerchair soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to translate?
Okay, just gonna translate it in a few words. Der Fußballclub aus Aalborg besteht seit 1972. Okay, und es wird ähnlich wie beim ASKÖ, gibt es dort mehrere verschiedene Sportarten, und zwar Elektrorollstuhl, Fußball, Boccia, Rollstuhl, Basketball und Race Running. Ich glaube, das ist einfach, wie kann ich Race Running übersetzen?
Race Running. This is like a three-wheel bicycle.
Ah, okay.
When you just set on and you're running with your bicycle.
It's just running,
Yeah.
isn't it? And since when do you play Powerchair football? Do you know the date, the year, or
when I started? I started with the powerchair for floorball and soccer like 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
When I got the white chair for it.
I mean, you have a very long history and tradition of sports in Aalborg. It's very fascinating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So our club is very open because we have all these different sports. So every people like made with muscle, just so we can just pick one sport and you can go to and you only have to pay every quarter year, like 300 crowns, and you could go to everything.
Very nice. 300 crowns. What is it in euros?
Oh,
yeah,
17.
I think it's Yeah, something maybe 50 to 70 euros, something
Yeah.
like that. But Natalia, I've been able, just for you shortly, I've been able to be to Denmark, and you said you're very impressed by how we do things over here in Austria, but Denmark does it by far even more professional. You can maybe have a view on the venue on the first slide. Maria, can you give us the first slide again? The venue they play over there is just huge.
Oh,
We in Austria are
yeah.
not used to it, so Denmark is very professional. I can tell you from my own experience.
That's very impressive. I just have a question. Do you have any support from the governments of your countries regarding the sport, from money to some other resources?
I'm probably not the best one to talk to. I'm just doing the more or less the refereeing things, but I think there is some sponsoring.
Yeah,
There,
we got something from the government. I don't know how much. There's not. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
But we got some money and we used them on renting the hall and so on. And of course, we have to find some sponsor or funder, so on.
Do they help you with, for example, the rental of facilities or some sort of stuff like that?
In Austria, yes, because the venue we've had tournaments and they have training session is somehow sponsored by ASKÖ. So that's the club that Jasna was introducing. So therefore, it is easier to get some venues and some places to train. But yeah, there is something definitely in Austria. We are glad that it is that way.
But you're really, really lucky. In Canada, we don't get any dimes. Even the national team that going to World Cup gets some like few $100s. But that's actually tradition in Canada. All the Olympic players or teams, they all are privately funded.
Unfortunate it is, but it's a very hard way. We've learned throughout our club talks before that in every country before, I think, how long do you play power chair football in Canada?
Canada is one of the very oldest traditions. Since 1979 they started playing independently from France. Apparently they started without knowing about power chair football independently. So it's a huge history behind it.
Yeah.
And but yeah, unfortunately we don't get much funding, or we don't get funding at all.
Yeah, but it will, I mean, yeah, Simon, we're sorry. Just
Sorry.
go ahead with your presentation. We had a little chat. On the third slide is fine for you?
Yeah, just jump to the third.
Yeah? Was it? Dritte Folie, bitte, Maria. Okay, sorry again. The stage is yours.
Yeah, so this okay. This is just the logo and so on, and we have a head sponsor. This PPA support. This company like made the payment for our helpers and so on, so we can get some person helper with us, and we have to actually pay for one of our side for us. So that's very nice.
Just for the balls, do they help you with wheelchairs or the guards as well?
No, a complete squad force.
Oh, nice.
Yes, because we
Nice.
had one player who's is always playing his daily chair, and after every training we can smell his chair. The Moses just cannot cope.
We know the struggle, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just say to him, you cannot come and play anymore. You need a squad force.
Yeah.
Because you burn out your chair and you.
Yeah, that's the problem when you have one chair, and then I think in Austria they're kind of, I mean, the private chairs are sponsored by the government, or they at least get quite a lot to finance them, and when they want to play or at least play training session, it's kind of difficult because you have a private chair, and when you damage it in training, it's a very difficult situation, and I think it's same.
Yeah.
It's the same or at least similar in Denmark.
Now in Denmark we got the chairs as the private chair of the government, but the government will come and say, no, you cannot play power chair because you will damage your chair too often. So we have to be careful about that. So can we please go to the next slide? Or will you translate?
Next slide. Ja, ganz kurz, wir können auf die nächste Folie schon gehen, Maria. Das war eben der Verein, den er uns vorgestellt hat und auch den Hauptsponsor BPA Support. Die haben ihnen bis jetzt einen ganzen Strikeforce finanziert und helfen ihnen natürlich auch mit Bällen und kleineren Dingen. Ja, Simon, you can go ahead.
Yeah. I have to. In our club, when the power chair soccer just started in '91, so we had some players who have played for a very, very long time. We had one player he has played for 23 years now in the club. It's very impressive. Our age range go from 19 years to 50 plus. We had one player as 50 plus, and he still play sometimes if you want. Yeah, and we have some couple years in 2013 and 14 where we got the second place, and that year was around this when the Skyforce start to come. So it's pretty impressive what we got of the standard chair. That you can see on the picture, I still have the critical sport chair. It was the chair I get the second place in. After that, we started a lot to get the charges, and so we have a couple of years where we only got third place. 5 out of 8 players are on an national team. And the first fight for us we got in the club was in 2014.
So did I get it right, Simon? 5 of the total 8 of the national team are from Aalborg?
Yes.
5 players are from Aalborg?
No, we have 8 players in the club.
Okay.
And 5 of them is on the national team. The national team is 12 players. Later we will cut down to 8. So it's pretty impressive. We have so many players on the national team.
Well, be happy. I mean, some clubs in some countries they struggle with getting new players. So, yeah, the more the better, I would say.
Yeah, we are only 3 clubs in Denmark. So
3 clubs, yeah
in Denmark. So.
I mean, you're on a good way. You're on a good path. You will do all right.
Yeah, I'll do all right.
Okay, I'm gonna just translate it, Simon. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Ja, 1991 Gründungsjahr, schon also einige Zeit also das Alter zwischen 19 und 50 sind die Spielerinnen und Spieler alt. Ja, er hat gesagt, es gibt einen Spieler, der 22 Jahre lang gespielt hat in einem Verein und das ist schon Die Platzierungen 2012 bis 2014 war man einmal 2. Platz, seit 2015, 2016 nur unter Anführungszeichen 3. Platz. Jetzt ja, mit der Tatsache, dass es drei Vereine in Dänemark gibt, ist es halt ja nicht so toll. Genau, 5 Spieler sind auch für die Nationalmannschaft abberufen worden und der erste Strikeforce eben im Jahr 2014, 2015. Stage is yours again, Simon.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When we train, we have a lot of focus on the social. We like to talk about the match we have in the weekend if we have any match. So we just talk a lot about what's going on, what's good, and maybe made some change. So the next time we have to make the same team or something. And we use a lot of coins, so we have to train our grinding skills I maybe made a course where we had to drive around, made some very short turns, or go by very close to some coins. And of course, ball control is very important. So we also had to drive around a lot with the ball and made some passes, of course. Often we just have a goalie and then 2 players, and we just say you have to make 3 passes before you're allowed to shoot on the goal. So we use a lot of time on the to train a lot on our fast play. We want to be very fast in our play, so we have to be very precise in our passes of the ball.
I mean, I can confirm that, Simon. I've seen you play live, and you have a very impressive passing game. It's no joke. You really, you can see it on the field that you train it a lot, and it's very fascinating because you said it right now. But yeah, as I said, very good kind of play.
I use almost all my time to just train and hold the ball and pass very well and get past some players in the very small rooms, so I know how big they are and so on.
Yeah, you have this one-touch triangle. I think you train that a lot. I've seen that live on tournaments where you have like the triangle and you pass it first touch, and it's almost impossible for the opponent to get the ball. But very impressive, very impressive.
Yeah, because when you know where your guys are, it's easy to pass it because you just have to stand there in the right moment and pass.
Yeah. Yep.
We are training 2 times a week.
2 times.
But because now COVID-19, everything is closed.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, I'm just gonna translate it in a few words. Was im Training gemacht wird, als ganz erstes hat er eben die soziale Dimension erwähnt, quasi, dass man sich hinsetzt und darüber redet, was ist für ein Spieltag angesagt, wie haben wir letztens trainiert, wie haben wir letztens gespielt und einfach nur miteinander diskutiert und eben diese soziale Dimension behandelt. Natürlich auch die Skills, die Fahrerskills, also werden trainiert, die Ballkontrolle und das Passspiel, beziehungsweise das Assistieren und das schnelle Spiel. Ich habe ihm auch gesagt, dass ich es von den Turnieren kenne. Die Dänen haben ein sehr gutes Passspiel, sehr ausgeprägtes One-Touch-Passspiel, wo sie eben dieses Dreieck machen und mit einer Berührung den Ball hin und her schicken und zahlt sich anscheinend aus, wenn man es im Training behandelt. Also super. Yeah, it's again your stage.
Yes, this is our team. They have changed a little bit since the picture they take. Just go to the next one, please. Yeah, we use a lot of social media sometimes just to share when we are out to play some tournaments. So we share our picture and how it's going, maybe do some live stream about if we have access to a good network, we will just live stream our games to get some people to see, maybe should try it or something. Try a way to try to get some new players in. So if we are lucky and we get some new players, we would maybe like them to try our chairs so they can get a feeling about it.
So do you do it mostly over Facebook? Kind of advertisement for Power Chair Football?
We live stream about in Facebook.
Oh, okay. Kind of what we do now. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a game. Or just write a post about how this going. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, just a translation again. Das Foto davor war eben die Mannschaft. Maria, wenn du ganz kurz drauf zeigen könntest. Genau, das ist die jetzige Mannschaft. Hat sich natürlich durch die Jahre verändert. Einige Spieler kenne ich auch persönlich. Super tolles Team. Ich glaube, Simon, you're the second from the right, is it?
Yes.
Ja.
Yeah,
Simon, der zweite von rechts. Genau, und dann die nächste Folie zeigt eben, dass man auch so auf Social Media aktiv ist. Streamt unter anderem, weil eben durch die Pandemie das Training quasi in den virtuellen Raum verlegt werden musste. Und das machen die nicht anders wie wir und auch die anderen auf der Welt. Yeah. Well, is there another slide, Simon?
Yeah, this is the last one, and thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, Simon. Thank you for the great presentation. Thank you for letting us know how you do things over there in Denmark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now our third country, Canada, Vancouver. Is it right?
That's right. That's correct. And I will be doing sort of a video presentation. So I would ask you to tell me when you need me to stop it so you can translate it. I would really try to send it through, but it's really huge file and it failed two or three times.
So I think you can you share your screen?
Yes, I can share the screen. No, that's not the presentation I want. That was the wrong one I sent. So I will share my screen with my side and I will show you my presentation.
Maria, ganz kurz, wir machen das jetzt anders. Wir müssen improvisieren. Sie wird den Bildschirm teilen. Das heißt, du kannst jetzt quasi dich zurücklehnen und genießen. Ich glaube, can you share it right now or do we have to give you the access to?
I think you need to, will stop other screen. It says this will stop other screen sharing. Can I stop it?
Yeah, okay. Just you can do that. Yeah.
Okay. So do I choose desktop?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can choose desktop, then we see your whole desktop and yeah, I think. Are you going to speak actively, Natalia, or is it the whole?
I didn't do the recording because I thought it would be easier because there's a lot of material. I didn't want to miss something and I wanted to make it short time. So that's what I did. I will just, let me just go and see. Nima, would you be able to help me with this? So where, is it here? Where do I?
Maybe if you need a few moments, we can, no, you just.
How do I do that? Oops. Yeah, just give it a minute. I'll figure that out.
My dad gifted me a PS4 and Xbox and a Wii.
My son helping me. It'll take a few minutes just to, because it's a big file, it takes a few minutes just to load. But once you start playing, it'll just start playing.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I will just tell you to when I have to translate it into German. Do you know how long the presentation is?
About 17 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe you could just discuss or ask some questions until I start this.
Do you want us to? Okay, you can. Sure. I mean, I've heard a little bit. I will tell the audience what I've heard from you, what I know about you. You are Natalia from Vancouver. You got in touch with the sports through your son, as I know, and now you are a board member on the.
That's correct. My son Nima, he has a condition called Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Probably, as you are aware, that a lot of players are the ones that are with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and they're mostly the ones that are very successful at voucher football. We have lots of members with the same condition. And basically, he was diagnosed when very early age at 2. He was able to do some activities which we encouraged him, like swimming or horseback riding. And at age 5, he lost his mobility. Unfortunately, started using a wheelchair. And a year later, he was bound in a power wheelchair. At that point, we had to look for some other activities that he could do. And he basically was encouraged by his neurologist to go and try this Vancouver Lightning team that I'm going to talk about. And at the beginning, we were really reluctant because we were not really sure. And of course, it's not for very young children, because
it's hard.
Again,
yeah.
it's a big machine and it's very big responsibility. But eventually in 2018, we decided we'll join the team. I'll just try. And my son really enjoyed it and liked it. And 3 years later, we're still playing. He is very devastated with this situation where he cannot practice. He's really, he loves the speed. He's lucky that he has a strike force chair. At the beginning, he was using his own chair with some guards, and he was not happy because everybody was faster than him. And eventually he graduated to the strike force chair, and he's really enjoying it. It's quite good.
It's hard. The strike force, it's very hard to control the chair. It does really need a lot of not only knowledge, but it's part of maybe even what's the word I'm looking for? Dangerous sometimes if you cannot handle the wheelchair like you used to, or like it has to be. Natalia, we have maybe 15 minutes left. Would you maybe be fine with our?
I will try one more time. I will just give me a minute. I will try one more time, and if it doesn't work,
and if it doesn't work, maybe with the video clip.
Talk. Yeah. So that's not a problem at all.
Sure.
You know, when you need something, technology fails.
Yeah, I know it.
So
I know that very well, especially when we used to do this meetings and club talks. At those moments where you really need it, the technology isn't working.
So the video is here. So hopefully this will help. Sometimes I have issues with internet too. It will cut off, and my son is in online schooling. And
right now, yeah. And if you share the
Wi-Fi, here we go. Oh,
perfectly.
My life. Okay, here we go. So this is a picture of our team. It's a little bit dated because we have few players who are veterans and they actually retired playing, and we have few new faces, young players. So our team is quite young right now. We are in big transition. So I will just.
Can you make it a little bit louder, Natalia? I'm not sure if.
I would like to welcome you all.
Yeah, you can put the maximum volume. I at least hear it very bad.
Before I start with the presentation, I would like to introduce you to our team members. Cole, my son, Nima, Vincent, Shane, Sydney, Dirk. These are Anna and Bor. Anna is in the background in the red jersey. She's one of our veteran players. Unfortunately, she retired last year. And Bobbin is a girl in a purple sweater, and she's actually joined us last year as a new player for our team. Emily. The last but not the least, the family is very important to us. And so our former coach, Liana, is actually a sister of one of our veteran Team Canada star players, Lorena. We are actually a team of 11 players and mostly 8 players playing full-time. This is our star player. He's unfortunately retired as of last year. His name is Dale McLeod, and he's the most prominent player for Vancouver Lightning, if not for the whole Canada team. He played with the Vancouver Lightning for over 20 years and has been playing for Team Canada on all World Cup tournaments as a team captain. We are using this rental facility for our weekly practices. The person that you see in pictures standing, her name is Margaret McLeod, is mom of Dale McLeod, and she has been with the team for over 20 years in capacity of the team manager. Due to some family circumstances, she needed to step down from this position in December 2019. She did a great job, and we will all miss her. This is our team's slogan that we developed just recently.
Mm-hmm. Can I just have a few seconds to translate it in a few words? Thank you, Natalia. Wir haben gerade das Team kennengelernt, beziehungsweise die einzelnen Teammitgliederinnen und Mitglieder. Sehr interessant, die Art und Weise, wie uns das präsentiert wird. Am Ende haben wir eben dieses Foto gesehen, wo eine Mutter beziehungsweise Managerin zu dieser Zeit war und jetzt eben, soweit ich das verstanden habe, die Natalia, sie ist zurückgetreten, diese Managerin auf dem Foto, und die Natalia hat in der Zwischenzeit eben ihre Position vorübergehend übernommen. Yeah, ich glaube, Natalia, just wanted to inform you, we have maybe 7 or 8 minutes left in total, so I'm not sure if we can do the whole video clip.
Okay, well, what I will do, let me just mention a few things. I can skip through some.
Yes, please, the most important parts, but because you know the presentation the best.
So I will just start with the mission statement. I will skip some parts.
Yeah, you can do that, and I'm going to translate it at the end. I'm going to write
a
statement to provide opportunities for people with disability to play poucher soccer in a safe and supportive environment. We just want to make sure that they are empowered to be.
The main reason I joined Vancouver Lightning as a volunteer is our son Nima. I immigrated to Canada in 1994, and where I met my husband Jeff. Nima was born in 2008. 2 years later, he was diagnosed with a condition called Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Nima was pretty active when he was little. We encouraged him to do a lot of activities such as swimming and horseback riding. As Nima's condition progressed, he lost his ability to walk at age 5. As Nima's condition progressed, he lost his ability to walk at age 5, and he was wheelchair bound, and a year later, he was poucher bound. At this point, we were looking for some activities that Nima could do. On our regular checkups at Children's Hospital, our neurologist would suggest to join poucher soccer football would be beneficial for us. At that time, Nima was 9.5 years old. At the same time, the team was going through some transformation, and they were looking for a volunteer on the board of directors. I decided to jump in and take that opportunity. And so 3 years later, I'm still with the team, trying to help and manage. For those who are not familiar where the Vancouver is situated, I included a map of Canada. BC, British Columbia, is a province where Vancouver is. This is one of the most western provinces. Across from there on the And now, the history of poucher football. Independent of France, in 1979, the poucher football started in Canada. It was called motorball. It started Victoria, BC on Vancouver Island. It was invented by physiotherapists who threw a large red ball across the floor and asked unsuspected poucher users to use it. First BC Disability Games. He has been playing poucher soccer 33 years and is considered to be the oldest and longest player of poucher soccer. He has been born in 1961 and unfortunately passed away in 2016. This is the official startup of the team. Even though the team existed earlier, this is the first time that they're starting to play in some sort of a league. And some of these players have been playing a long time.
This is a list of chronological events that are important for development of power chair football in Canada. If you have any questions.
We'll jump to 2011 at FIFA World Cup in Paris, France. Out of this team, officially five players were from Vancouver Lightning team. And we consider it to be a great success. This host is Rick Mercer. He's a famous public figure, and he did a piece on his show about Florida. There were four players and a head coach that are from Vancouver Lightning, representing Team Canada. 2017 Team Canada delegation, including players, coaches, supporters, referees, and family and friends.
We currently have teams in BC and Quebec. There are power chair football programs in Alberta, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. British Columbia has 4 teams, Vancouver Lightning and Kelowna or Canadian Thunder Chairs, as well as power chair soccer program in Nanaimo, a new school program in Abbotsford. It is supported by a non-profit provincial sport organization, Sportability. Alberta has 2 programs in Edmonton, Calgary, and the non-profit provincial sport organization, the Alberta Cerebral Palsy Sport Association. Quebec has a team under the organization called Junior Sport. Nova Scotia started the recreational power chair program in 2019 in Halifax under Parasport Nova Scotia. In New Brunswick, the power chair football is played as a part of the programs offered under Soccer New Brunswick. In BC, we have 2 major tournaments. The Invitational Power Chair Football Tournament in the Okanagan region called BC Storks in spring, and then the BC Provincials in Vancouver in the summer. Across the country, we have 2 major tournaments. The FI, the International Invitational Power Chair Football Tournament in Montreal, and the Nationals. The Nationals are held every time in a different city in Canada.
Natalia, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you right now. I'm gonna translate it in a few words in German, and maybe we can have some. I'm gonna ask you maybe a few questions because we have almost no time. Just give me a little bit to translate it. Im Großen und Ganzen hat uns eben Natalia den Sportverein bzw. den Fußballclub aus Vancouver vorgestellt. Familie wird dort wie in jedem Land, wie in jedem Sportverein unglaublich groß geschrieben. Da gibt es eben nicht diese Trennlinie zwischen Familienmitgliedern und einem Coach oder einem Manager. Das sind viele Positionen in einer Verein, wie das auch bei uns ist. Seit 1994 gibt es den Sport in Kanada. Also sie ist, wie gesagt, durch ihren Sohn zu dem Sport gekommen, der halt am Anfang viel Reiten gemacht hat, glaube ich, hat er Schwimmen gemacht und dann irgendwann sind sie zum Powerchair-Fußball gekommen. Wie gesagt, seit 1979 gibt es den Sport Motorball Motorball in Kanada und 1999 wurden eben das Team offiziell gegründet, sprich eben, ich glaube, Kanada war eines der ersten neben Frankreich und Japan, die diese Art von Sport gemacht haben. Erfolge gibt es auch zu feiern. Sie haben zweimal an einer Weltmeisterschaft mitgemacht, und zwar 2007 und 2011. Sie haben auch bei der Copa in Amerika mitgemacht, unter anderem mit Brasilien, glaube ich, und Uruguay waren dabei. Es gibt 4 Teams allein in der Provinz British Columbia und unter anderem noch mehrere in verschiedensten Städten quer durch Kanada hindurch. Sehr faszinierend, aber wir kommen leider auch schon langsam zu einem Ende. Natalia, is there anything maybe you want us to give an additional information, or you want maybe to tell us something personal? Because yeah, we have maybe 5 minutes left. And just I don't want to cut your speaking time, and we want to know as much as possible about you and about your football club.
Well, I just wanted to mention how the actually Board of Sport organization work in Canada is a bit different than other places in the world. As you know, we have provinces. Most countries don't have that. I mean, we used to have former republics. It's sort of similar situation. So basically, the hierarchy is from national sport associations. They are in charge of all sports in Canada. Then trickles down to provincial sport association and disability sport associations. And they are also in charge of different things like guidelines and support for the other teams, and then the teams and clubs. So everything comes down from national level. And so, for example, with this COVID situation, we were not allowed to go back to play, even if this facility was open, because the National Sport Association of Canada were not allowing us until they devised a plan. So they actually devised a document called Return to Play, where they actually outline step by step all the things that they need to be done in order for us to go back once the pandemic is over. And it's really nice to know that we have that support. The other thing I want to mention, we fall under the Sportability umbrella, as you know yourself probably. And they are the nonprofit organization who started in '79. We actually have lots of support from them. They're the ones who help us with media. They help us with equipment. They organize oral tournaments and any communication with the outside, internationally or locally. So we're really lucky to have their support. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, we don't have any financial or support from the government. Our main funds are raised by basically raised by charging a fee. We charge a yearly fee each member. We are lucky that our facilities doesn't charge us a lot of money for rentals, and we have our practices once a week on Sundays. The other thing I just wanted to maybe show you, I wanted to show this thing, like an encouraging message that I sent. That was the point of, I have a nice video about how we play power soccer, but you don't have time for that. I just wanted to show you, this is a picture of our Christmas party that we tried to have some fun, and this is what I wanted to show you, if it's okay.
We are a stronger, resilient bunch, and we have lots of hope. So I want to leave you with this saying that I found from Stephen Hawking.
I'm just gonna translate your last few words, and then, also Natalia hat uns ein bisschen über die Organisation beziehungsweise die Struktur, einerseits die Vereinsstruktur, andererseits die Verbandsstruktur in Kanada erklärt, wo es etwas schwierig ist, weil es eben von oben herab geht, und wenn, ich glaube, die Kompetenzen, so wie ich das verstanden habe, sind die Kompetenzen nicht klar verteilt, und deshalb gibt es halt Kommunikationsprobleme, was sie auf der anderen Seite eben, was dazu führt, dass sie nicht unbedingt aktiv Training oder die Koordination von Training, was jetzt augenscheinlich geworden ist in der Pandemie, wo die einen das andere sagen und das andere, das finde ich unglaublich schade, weil es eben den Sport so lange in dem Land gibt, und dass man das nicht hingekriegt hat. Beenden möchte Natalia eben die Präsentation mit diesem wundervollen Zitat von Stephen Hawking. Für die, die es nicht verstehen, es heißt, egal wie schwer das Leben auch sein mag, es gibt immer etwas, in dem man gut sein kann, in dem man erfolgreich sein kann. Das Wichtigste ist aber jedoch, dass man nicht aufgibt. Super Zitat, finde ich unglaublich toll. Natalia, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for this quote. It's very nice ending and a very inspirational quote from a very inspirational man. I mean, everybody should know Stephen Hawking, and I'm really sorry that we haven't have the time to enjoy your whole presentation.
That's okay.
It's just a little bit tight at the end. Very thankful for your time. Very thankful that we've been able to meet each other. It was online. It was through this way, but I'm very optimistic that we're gonna meet in person one day.
I certainly hope so. I mean, we are one big, huge community, a family. We basically are probably closer than our family or relatives at this point. All the club members are family, and we're really enjoying this interaction. And thank you so much for inviting Canada to be part of this.
Yeah, thank you for your time. As I said, I'm very optimistic this pandemic will end and it will be normal in a few months. And I'm very looking forward to this point, and we're going to see each other. Thank you again for your time. Thank you again, Simon. Thank you, Jasna. Thank you, Natalia. I think the community enjoyed this, our club talks. Unfortunately, it's the last one for today, but there is something planned. I don't want to tell too much, but in January, maybe February, something similar will be, and I'm looking forward that you will participate. Thank you.